Welcome to episode 18. Here's the fun. The fun has arrived. Yay, it's party time. The Dead Walk. Hide while you still can. So we've now got our first siege. It's an undead siege. We knew that from... I don't know if we can still see this. No, I have to actually just click on OK. And it has paused. Good. That's what we want. Just going to go back across. So just if we center on our fort. Now we are right here. We are at war with this particular faction. Plus we're at war with these humans actually, which is sort of interesting. The goblins not so much, not just yet. But this is quite interesting what's actually happening through here. So this is a big group of undead. And I do want to deal with them. And I haven't really thought about the best way of doing that just yet. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. There's a lot we can do here. There's a lot we can do. So the first thing is to secure our fort, and then we'll just keep on building. Because I think we're sustainable. We're almost sustainable. The seeds do worry me, but we're almost sustainable. Let's just click on done. Any news or rumours about this place? So where were we again? That was the Dwarven Fort. That was where is it? I see it there. Let's just go back to center on the fort again. It's there. Hang on, let's look at rumours. No, everything's bypassing it. We're at war with them, and we're at war with these as well. These populations of humans. So that will be interesting as well to sort of see what does come. Anyway, so they're now here. There's a fair few of them. Now, what have they got? This is Oodle Help Safe's Demon Axemen. So we've got a Demon Axeman through this side. It's a Novice Armorsmith and Novice Suture. It'd be interesting to sort of do a bit of a deeper dive on some of these. So this is a Demon Axeman. I've never seen these before. Description: a large hairy humanoid. It has two long curly tails. Its black hair is short and even. This night creature was first created by the human necromancer Aethys Helpsafes of Massive Steel after horrible experiments on the dwarf dealer Pillar Asps in Clear Asps in the year 208. So about 50 years ago, she was almost never sick. So this is like a demon axeman. So this one may have axes. Yeah, this one's fully wearing stuff as well. Copper shield, silver battle axe, large steel helmet. So even though it was a dwarf, it's sort of been elevated in size. So it's actually sort of more of a human type shape. Just to see all the large stuff, like large bronze mail shirt. So this is actually bigger than a dwarf now. Then we've got ourselves in through here, a dwarven spear corpse. Items, it's got a bismuth bronze spear, a steel shield, iron. These are hard guys to deal with. Now to deal with them, we can't drown them because they're undead. And that's sort of what I was aiming to do. I thought we'd maybe get something else. So we need to think about how we deal with this actually, because the trap we were going to build for them is not the trap that we're going to end up needing. But I think we still go the same way and then end up with multiple ways of actually damaging these sorts of units. Now, these are really going to be tough. If we look at the health, cannot breathe and vision is lost. And the reason for that will be in the description. So her neck is rotten, her lower body is rotten, her upper body is rotten, her head is rotten, her head's hair is gone. So most of the stuff, the upper lip is gone. Most of her actual being is gone from here. What does she actually have? So she has a narrow chin, her head is narrow. So she's got a head, she's got a torso. Not seeing much else, are we? I think she's just bones. I think that's all we're seeing through here. Is a dwarf spear dwarf, like literally just a skeleton, with some flesh hanging on a few little bits and pieces. She's basically unbreakable, agile, really sick and strong. I think we're going to have to try to atom smash these and not actually rely on... now, sometimes if they're too big, if the creatures are too big, you can't atom smash them. But we'll see how we go, because I think this will be an area that we can try to then sort of work with. Now, it's going to take us a long time to build the traps that we need to do this, but we do have the capacity to do that underground. We may change the goal of what we were doing and actually have like 2 different trap areas now. So we'll come back up. I think I'll keep the original trap area where I had it. Actually, it's not going to quite work. It's not going to quite work. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So we may have to sort of figure out a longer sort of loop into the actual fortress itself. It's interesting in through there. So that's a spear dwarf. Then we have a mistake through here. This is, if we look at the description through this one, is a scaly blob. It has 3 short tails. Its charcoal scales are blocky and set far apart. This night creature was first created accidentally by the human necromancer Osprum. Severe splatters of massive steel after horrible experiments went wrong on badgers in Del Beauty in the year of 239. Now, Del Beauty's been mentioned before with the hand of Uthladaz. She's almost never sick, incredibly tough, indefatigably strong. So no real problem, no vision, but it's just a blob. Then we have a dwarf mace dwarf corpse. Again, if we have a look at the items, no helmet, so probably headless, I would guess. Look at the description. Oh no, it's just a rotting corpse. No, if the head goes, that's the end of them. Yep, that's okay. All right, so it's rotting away. Next one is this is Savish, a dwarven this is the actual necromancer who's bringing them in, and so it says he's seriously wounded. Look at the description. So something has happened to him. We're not close enough to really sort of gauge what's going on with him. His items, he's just wearing normal things. If we can catch him, and destroy him, the undead the siege will be over, and then they'll sort of go. I think the demons can still operate, but the dead need him to keep them up. If we can bring him in, he's actually living. So he will actually not survive drowning. So we can drown him. Yeah, okay. All right, so we'll figure that the best way around this one through here. So this is Savish. Now, isn't Savish... No, Savish is our king. If we go to the civilizations and have a bit of a look. Yeah, we've got an alliance with them, and we've got... Savish is our king, not the same guy. All right, so we'll just have a bit more of a look. That's a necromancer. This one in through here is another undead mace dwarf. Does have a helm, iron shield, not much else, health-wise. Again, rotting. Everything's sort of rotting. His head sideburns are gone. So it looks like he's a skeleton. Back in through here, its head's eyebrows are gone. His eyes are slightly protruding. So he does have eyes in his socket, but there's not much flesh left on him at all. So we'll leave him where he is. Then we have another creature. This is the warrior hammerman. So have a look at this, at what this one looks like. Health-wise, description. A one-eyed humanoid. It has a long hanging tail. Its black skin is sleek and smooth. This night creature was first created by the human necromancer Vedum Emeraldhead of Tone Sparkle after horrible experiments on the human Nesm Ungro in released polishes in the year 242, so very recently. She is rarely sick, but she is weak. So when you see that they're very weak, and this means that they can't break open doors, but I don't know about the others, so I'm a bit worried about the others. Then we've got this one down through here. This is a demon swordsman. So have a look at the health and through the side of the description. A large hairy humanoid. Its 2 long curly tails. Its black hair is short and even. This night creature was first created by the human necromancer Arthis, held safe in massive steel after horrible experiments on the dwarf Dealer Pillarasps in the year 208. Now is that the same guy, Dealer Pillarasps? Is this a demon that they've spawned out of that one as well? This one does have some good equipment. There's this one in through here. So maybe 2 demons sort of sprung from the experiment. Yeah. So this is a bit like the hand of Uthladaz. This is actually now going to be sort of like different demons that have been sort of drawn out of the actual dwarf that they experimented on. So that's interesting. Yeah. So both of these are the same, from the same area. And this one here was different again, wasn't it? This was a this is Esmeralded's warrior hammerman. or emerald heads. And again, if you look at the health and description, a one-eyed humanoid. It's very similar to the hands that we've actually had around the place. Incredibly skinny. Yeah, okay, this is interesting. So that's what we know about so far. Time to lock the fortress down, and as soon as we lock the fortress down, we're safe, but anyone that comes visiting, including the caravan, which will be arriving very, very soon, they're not going to be able to make their way in. So we have to do this. Now we've locked the top. This is not going to be used. They're not going to be able to break their way into there, I don't think. There is an overhang, so they can't really climb up the overhang. What we'll do is we'll just raise this drawbridge. Now, hopefully I haven't left anything out. Let's just go down to F5. And this is the tower gate. So pull the lever, do it now. And we'll just go back up to watch what actually happens with this particular invasion. So down in here somewhere. Here they are. Oh, there's even more coming. Wow. This is a big group. Look at this. In they come. Yeah, there's all sorts of different creatures now coming in. Now they're all just shambling along together. What do we got? We've got a... here we go. We've got a hand of Uthla as a crossbowman. This one's actually wielding a crossbow. So this is one of them. There's a helpful helpful safes demon spearman. We've got a demon hammerman, a warrior hammerman through there. Gee, there's heaps of them. Helpful demon swordsman. So helpful safe is that isn't the actual necromancer, is it? That's not the name. There's the blob. He's very, very slow. Okay, well, I think we need to give them access down so we can then sort of start to destroy them. And I think the only way we're going to be able to get through these is... Are these wearing anything? They must be. Yeah, they are. What about the hand? Yeah, even that one is. So they've been armed. We've seen their hands before, but they haven't actually had anything on them. They haven't had any items. So now we've actually got a fully developed one. Now that's now been raised. So the drawbridge is closed. We are closed for business. I'm going to leave this door because we're going to need to get access in. Oh, damn it. I've left these. Okay, they're going to get chased down. How far off are they? Fair way. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to see if I can bring them inside. We've got a few things we need to do now, guys. So I've completely forgot about these. F2. Sorry, F5. Pull the lever, do it now. So we will need to do that one. And I'll just wait for somebody to go and do it. Please do it quickly. There we go. I should change my FPS down. Now I'm just going to show you how to do that, just in case I don't know if I've shown you in this series. Go to your settings, first of all. This is the first step. Go to the settings and then go to game. And then scroll down until you find show frames per second and say yes. When you're getting into combat or any sort of thing where you need to slow the game down, the frames are actually the ticks of the game. It uses frames. Old games used to do that. Modern games don't tend to do that, but Dwarf Fortress does, and it actually works quite well. So if your frames are low, you've got time to do different sorts of things. So make sure that that's saying yes. I just leave it on by default now so I can see what the frames are ticking over at. I just click on Done, return to the game once you've actually got that one established, and then just use the Alt and minus to reduce it, so I can actually sort of bring it down to, I like it around about between 20 and say 7 or 8. 7 or 8 for when I'm in the middle of a fight, and up to around 20 when there's something like where I just need to sort of watch as things sort of develop. Now, sorry, to go back the other way, you then go Alt equals, and that will then sort of raise it up. So I'll bring it to about 20. And what that does is this is your computer frames per second that you're sort of getting the computer to operate at. This is the game. Now, be aware if you go down too low, your interface also uses the same way of interacting with the game, and so it can take long clicks to get things to actually work. So just be aware that sometimes it can get a little bit frustrating when you're trying to get other things to happen. Now I think we've got enough time, hopefully, to bring those animals inside. So we'll just very quickly have a bit of a look. Actually, I'll just go back up to F1. Wait for that to drop. Great. Now we'll go back down to F2 again, and then just go down a layer, go to our zone in through here. In fact, we have another zone outside for these. So I'll just go back out to my outside zone, which is this one in through here. And I do want this to be an outdoor zone for animals. So we're going to create a new pen and pasture. I should have done this earlier. Silly me, I didn't do it, and that will be heaps just to get a big zone like this established for the animals. That still gives me a lot of space. Actually, I might leave that. I've got a lot of area down in here. I might make this the animal zone down in through this side. So let's just go back across. Pens and pastures, and hopefully we can bring them back in. Just keep on adding in more space. Now some of this, they can't use that rock zone through there. And that should be enough really for everything. I'll just bring it up this way a little bit as well. So that should be enough. And oh, hang on, I'll just go back to zones. And then we are going to try to bring them down. So we've got the stray horse, the stray water buffalo, the yak, the other yak. Now we've got some of these bunnies and things. Are I think I might just bring the doe rabbit down just to keep them from doing things. Yeah, because the pet has been a bit of a pest. So I might just bring the others down as well. So that will then be those. Now, the other thing that we need to do is I don't want my dwarves going outside right now. I want them staying inside. So if we go to burrows, we established the fortress the other day, the actual burrow area. I need to now define. It's easier just to sort of control click and just scroll backwards a little bit and start painting the areas that you do want to make use of. So if we go back down into the fortress, you can sort of see that I stopped them from operating outside this area. Now the animals will come down on their own, hopefully. If the others make it down first, I'm going to, and I wish I had got all this stuff off here, but we can't do anything about that. This is where we're allowing our creatures to go. So that's okay. At the moment, that's okay as well. That's okay. Now we were going to be. I think I will actually place more of the zone in here, just so we can do what we have to do up into there. Just grab that on the edge there as well. That one's fine. That's fine, that one's fine. I'll probably end up doing other things on some of these layers. Just want to make sure that we haven't built anything else that we need to operate. That all looks good. So burrows are fine now, so that's actually good. And then we need to go back upstairs again. So we've got a doorway that comes up this way. Then back out into here. Just make sure we've got full access. Oops, that's fine where that is. And this is the restriction that we're going to then have for the people in our fortress. This also gets covered, of course. We're going to make that into a seed stockpile at some point, which I haven't done yet, because we're going to bring our farms down here as well. So this is now the zones for the fortress. So we've got all the different safe zones where units can go. We don't want them anywhere else, so we just now go and accept that. And we're now going to make it so that this, and we've only got 16, but we've got 20 population. Let's have a bit of a look and see who is not in here. We've got a, I'm going to now restrict everyone, including these guys. We can't have them going outside. So we'll restrict the fortress. We've got the babies have to be restricted as well. Okay, this is good. This is good. Now we've got some of these have been designated to not do anything else. I might just get these working in other zones for now as well, just in case we need to sort of have all hands on deck. That should be now, we should be now prepared. We've now just got to tell it that it's now active, and that's it. So we've got all 20 of our population have now been allocated. Everyone's unfortunately going to be locked inside for a little while. Let's just zoom back in again, zoom back out to the default, and we'll go back up and just sort of watch what actually happens here. Come on, animals, get inside. Move, move, move. They should make their own way down. Here it goes. The yak's done it. Where are the others? Where are they? They're just all over here. They haven't moved yet. Okay, this should be enough time for us to bring these in. Just watch these. Come on, guys, get inside, you dumb animals. One. If they get spooked, they're going to run off. It's 2. Come on, guys, we'll wait for you. We'll wait for you. It's the water buffalo. Come on, in you come, in you come. Off you get, off this, there we go. If we close it there, we smash him into the, we atom smash him essentially as the drawbridge closes. So we're just going to now go back down to F5 again. We're now going to pull that lever, the tower gate, pull the lever, do it now. That's then going to lock us off from the top. Now we still can give access. Now we do actually have like a visiting elf merchant, so he's going to be stuck in there. He's part of our fortress anyway at this point in time. So let's go back up the top and F1 again. And we'll just wait until this one closes. There we go. We are secure. So they will just wander around outside. We can pretty much ignore them. Now we will get different events coming through. So we've got the walk, hide while you can. Again, those rabbits are fighting. Weather is cleared. Wooden bin, yeah, that's okay. And there's a bard that's visiting as well, so they're sort of going to be locked inside. Oh, we've got a petition. All right, now the petition. This is actually interesting. We can do it, and like this is sort of fairly new. I haven't seen this before in the game, but we can actually go and visit and deal with the undead if we wanted to. But I don't want to. I just want you can then deny it. So they're waiting for us to petition. That gave us time to actually get inside, to be honest, which was good. So they didn't attack straight away. So Moman Furnace Tattoos wishes to reside in Paint Daubs. Oh, hang on, that's a petition. That's not what I thought it was. No, sorry. I thought that was part of the there's a parley. It's not petition. Some of the invading forces will try to parley with you, but not in this instance, where they'll then sort of buy you off. So this is a dwarf corpse in through here. Yeah, there's a lot of corpses. They're just getting ready. So they were just holding back before they did their attack. Now we now have a lot of stuff that we need to do. We've actually dug down this way. They're going to go downstairs. That's going to be okay. One thing I haven't done now is I can actually now go and release everyone from the burrow restrictions again, because we've now got everyone inside. and they can't get outside, I can then still have them come back in and start to deal with this region. Now we have to think, how are we going to do this? Ultimately, we're going to end up with a trap area through here, but it's going to be a water trap. So this will be a water trap in here. Then we're going to be going down. I have to think about what to do with this. I might just pause and just give it some thought. Okay, well, look, let's build another trap area through here. I'll make this into an atom smasher zone back in through this side. Don't know exactly whether I'll have, like, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could do like three drown areas and 3 atom smash areas. Why not? Or actually just have them all. The atom smashers are certainly what we need for the undead, rather than the other ones. But we'll see how we go. I'm going to now just keep on digging these out. I'm going to prepare my trap layer through here. So eventually here they come. They're going to come and start to dig that one. I'll go and build. Just get ready with the different protections we're going to need for this one here. So we'll go with constructions, bridges, and raising to the top. So we're just going to be blocking this one off. Actually, I think I'll do it from there. That way I'll end up with a door this way. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the best way. We'll just go and build. Actually, I need that one to just be a 1 wide. This is going to be a 1 wide area. And I'll build this one out of... I've only got 12 of those. Got a fair bit of microline. You only need 1, so I'll just bring a microline, make that one out of microline. So the dwarves will make their way now down across from everywhere else. It's going to take them a little while to get this one built because it's a fair way away from their food supplies. This is going to be fairly intricate, not the first part of it, but the other bits and pieces. Just wait for them to build all of this as well. Now I will actually now just go and raise my FPS factors back up to around about 100 again. And I'll just start to sort of then build this area. Now what I want to do here is build another bridge in through this side as well. I'm going to be building a fair few different bridges in through this side. So I'm just going to go construction, and again I'm just going to make it a 1 wide. I think would be the best. Yeah, there will be some zones that they can sort of then go and use, so I will just make this one a 1 wide in here as well. This is to block things off. If we raise it that way, it just is going to raise on top of itself, so it literally just stays where it is as a, it's either down or up. Just trying to think where I need to place this. The others will be different again. It doesn't matter whichever direction it raises, as long as it raises laterally, so that will be fine. So we'll just do that one. We've got mudstone right there. That will work. That then blocks off this little area for drowning from the other areas. And then what we'll do is once we get these areas built, we'll just go and build big atom smashers that can then sort of work their way through this other zone. Actually, what I will do is I'll go and make them a little bit larger. So they'll come out this way. And this way. And again, just another one of these other smaller bridges. And this one I'll just raise from the end there. Mudstone again. That way I've got it now segmented into 2 distinct zones, and a killing zone in through here that will then flatten it, so that even when this is raised, it will then still be able to push this one in here so that the gear mechanisms can sit in through there, and when it's raised, the carts can still move their way through. I didn't have to do that, but I just thought, look, it's just that way I can have it sort of working whichever way. Now we want this one to operate where it goes down from there to there. Actually, I'm going to need it from there to there. Okay, I did that one incorrectly, actually. No, I won't do that. I'm going to do it. I am going to go out to there. just so it's got like about the same sort of space. And so these are going to be monstrously big, and nothing's going to survive this. We're not going to be able to get any loot from this, unfortunately, when these are operating. But against the undead, that's what we're going to have to do. Now we've got 18 mud gold, which is fairly close. We need 11. I'll try to make these all out of one different type. We've got a lot of microline. It's going to take a while for them to build it up, bring them up here. But what about blocks? We don't have a lot of blocks. Blocks are... Actually, we've got the tower caps. We've only got 53 of them, though. Yeah, I think we'll go with the microline. Yep, so we'll grab that one. Then we'll go and build another bridge, raising this way. I better just stop the other one. That's going to be microline as well. Now, what I want to stop is this mining. And that's actually okay. No, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. And then we need another drawbridge. Instructions bridge. Raising from the top. And then microline. Now the other thing, I just need to block these so that there's no access. Like once these fall down, there's not going to be any escape whatsoever. These are going to be big atom smashers. That's all that they're going to do. And this way, at least I can do the rest of it. Just deal with the undead in this section of the fortress, and then just deal with them. So with this one through here, again, we'll just go back to the constructions, walls. And we've got 23 mudstone, so we'll just make that out of mudstone. And mudstone there as well. Now, once that's been built, we're going to need to get everyone... This is going to be difficult for us to do a lot of this other stuff. We've got tetrahedrite here, which is metal, which would be quite nice. Now, we're going to have to start to get our way through. The rest of this point, from this point, is going to be going back down into our fortress. And so this will be the main way that the different caverns, wagons and things will sort of then have access. So we need to now start to channel down, and we're then going to start to hit the aquifer layers, and we have to then start to deal with things in a different way. It's just quite a complex sort of way of doing it. There's ways around it. I'll do it fairly fast because it's only a light aquifer, but a heavy aquifer, well, this would be quite hard to do this. We've got a miner. Yep, that's all good in through there. Make wooden barrel has been completed. Yep, that's all okay. Fox marks dwarf. Who are you fighting? Slash is a weasel. Okay, so it's found a weasel outside. So they've actually just been fighting. Now the undead are just going to be wandering around all over the place. There's nothing else. I don't know where they actually are. They can hide in the forest and things. I don't know if they're going to be hovering around in here. They will sort of toss things around if there's anything that they can get their hands on. But we won't worry. We've got other things to do now. So we'll just keep on coming through. And then we have to get through the aquifer. So this is the first bit. Now, when we go back through, it goes back through there, back through there. Now, at that point, there, I think we're still okay, you know. When we come back up, just have a bit of a look. That's now directly 1, 2, 3, 4. I might change this. I might change this one a little bit. Actually, I might just go and get this one so that we come down there. Then we come across to here, and then I think I'll make this one go down at this point as well, just only halfway through. Which then means we need to start the next one through here. By the time we'll just make it so that it is only marker that we're sort of building in through this side, because it's all aquifer. So you can see if it's aquifer all the way down. We've got a lot of aquifer to get through. I won't build this trap first. That one has now been built. I need to now have 1, 2, 3 different trap areas back down through this side. And so we're going to have 3 gates. I'll worry about them once we've actually got everything built. This now is, we're now going to have to go down and start to crack the aquifer. We also need to build another one through here. So constructions, bridges, another atom smasher, and this is the direction we want it raising. And this one as well, if we can make it out of, just so it all looks nice and neat. Microline, done. So we've got like a big area of atom smashers. This will be just purely for crushing things that sort of walk underneath these bridges. So that's the first of the traps. Now let's go back. We've got our diggers ready to go. Now, if this starts to run away from us, what I'm going to have to do is go and get a, like we could actually run into a bit of trouble here. So let's just go across. We'll channel down. I'm not going to be filling up the walls like we did on the way down. We're now going to use a different method of dealing with aquifers. But this is going to be a little bit tricky when we do the down areas. So I'm just going to go across first of all and just do it little bit by little bit. So we're just going to go down and build a channel down. I'm only going to build one or two, like one would be enough. So I'm going to, actually I don't need that. Go that way. This will then take us down to the next layer. And so we're just going to go and dig the channel down. I'm going to then open up a few little areas just for mining across this other zone. So we're going to go down one. We're then going to channel this out. And then I can start to smooth this area. So it's going to be a bit important that we do this. Actually, for channel... No, channel all of the way across here, sorry. I will do all of those, but I will actually... And I'll get rid of those. Let them channel first, but we're going to have to watch what actually happens here. The miners are going back in, then they'll come back outside again. Now, to get this one ready, I'm going to go and get some dedicated smoothers because we're going to smooth the walls. We have to do that around the aquifer, around the active aquifer. So we'll end up getting maybe 2 or 3 people. We've got the guys that are dedicated to construction. I might change what they do a little bit. If you just go into our work orders. Oh wow, I'm sort of over time here, guys. I think what I'll do is I'll actually leave that for the next episode because we're now going to be hitting the next phase of going through an aquifer in a more meaningful way. Anyway, the undead have arrived, and so we start the siege. We're safe. And that's fine, but they will hang around for an awfully long time. We need to find a way to entice them down into this trap zone, and so we'll keep on building that over the coming episodes. Thanks for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you are enjoying the content. It does go an awfully long way, and again, a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. I do try to remember to thank everyone, and if you've bought out merchandise or anything like that, there's all links in the description down below. If you do want the world generation that I'm using, not the specific one, but the way that sort of makes the world a bit more interesting, I guess, from a Dwarf Fortress perspective. You can get that one for free from my co-fi.com/DasTactic store. That's a free download from there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time.